Hello everyone. So today is a bit of a different video. I had recently watched a video by Plura titled Exploring the Loneliest Corners of Mario Kart Wii. And it actually reminded me of how when I used to play Mario Kart Wii a ton as a kid, I would go around a select few tracks and just explore a whole lot. And as you can see, I left this comment here. I'm definitely very awful at formulating comments whenever I want to say that I liked a video or something like that. But yes, I absolutely love this genre of video where people just slow down the pace a little bit and do some exploring in some old video games. And I thought I would use this video as a way of showing off all the places I loved exploring so much in this game. So let's get right into it. Of course, you can see my save files here. One of them is a lot cooler than the others. This one was actually intended for online play. However, I am playing on an emulator today, so I can't really go online. We're just gonna use this one. Alright. I'm going to pick Princess Peach, as that was one of my favorite characters to pick in this game as a kid. I'm going to use the Dolphin Dasher. So, one of my favorite tracks to just run around in is Moo Moo Meadows. And I would always go to this specific spot over here. It was here with all the milk and shit. And of course this little wagon with the Mario logo. I don't know why, but as a kid I had this weird fascination with like those big ass like gas station signs in the air. I always thought it would be really cool to like climb up one of those massive ass signs and just touch them. I don't know why, I guess it was like the texture or something. It's like when you have like a stress ball, you just want to squeeze that sumbitch. I guess I just had the same sort of feeling with those signs. And for some reason, I felt it with this little Mario sign on this wagon when I was little. I guess it looked a lot cleaner and smoother on a CRT back in the day. I was definitely a weird child, but I also really wanted to have some of this milk with some chocolate muffins. I used to really love chocolate muffins as a kid. I have not eaten those in a long time. I should really make some. I could make a whole video out of that, actually. And of course, I also liked coming over here to visit the cows. Look at them go. But something weird I found when I went over here the other day is that all of these cows over here are completely two-dimensional. You can count the pixels a little bit on that one up there. That whole area over there just looks so weird. There's like two bushes and like barely anything else. I can't tell if that is a glitch all the way back there, but there's like a road that goes up into the sky. That's weird. Yeah, man, the 2D cows feel so weird when there's like 3D ones walking around. Oh, that one's 3D for some reason. The next one I'd like to show off is in the battle mode, specifically balloon battle. And we're going to go to the Block Plaza. Alright, so the big reason why I would come on this track to, I guess, just screw around and explore was up here. I really liked coming over here to the Princess Peach statue for some reason. And I always liked watching all the statues descend and stuff that happens later in the match. I don't know why, but I really liked Princess Peach as a kid. I would always play as her a lot in this game, and I know kid me would really have loved Princess Peach Showtime. I don't know why I liked her so much. I guess I just sort of This was just really a sign, I guess, because these days I really sort of like the aesthetic she has going on. And of course, I am very much into femme fashion. I love dressing up real nice. But yes, honestly, that is all I would do in this track. I also really liked it going over to the Luigi statue because I liked green a lot as a kid. You know, I really did really like Luigi. You see, people these days, they only like Luigi just because it's the cool, popular opinion. For me, I was a true Luigi truther from day one. That was a gruesome demise right there. Another battle mode track I really was into was Delfino Pier here. Now, of course, I really liked the coin runners minigame in this game. The thing I really liked about this track in particular was these really cool underground areas. I also really liked the rising water. This whole place just seemed like a nice area to come chill the fuck out. Of course, you can see the water rising. It's a little menacing here because, you know, if you go too far, you just like get murdered. The water in the Wii era games just looks so scrumptious. Oh yeah, there's some bells. I think something's about to happen. Yes, the bridge lowers. I remember this. I was wondering what was there another area? But yes, I really loved it coming down here, specifically into this underground area, and just messing around in here. It reminded me a lot of a pool, I guess. It just seemed really nice to come hang out here. And it reminded me of when I used to go to the pool as a kid. Now, of course, that's about all for that map. Of course, one of my favorite maps in this game is definitely Cookie Land. I mean, it's a giant fucking cookie in the sky with tons of, like, little frosting things on it. What type of kid wouldn't have this become a core memory? Damn, this looks a lot smaller than I remember it. Look at the skybox, look at the Yoshis and stuff. I'm definitely throwing for the whole team out here. Yes, the little vibrant frostings, I guess, are just my favorite part about this map. They're so enchanting. I definitely love how vibrant they get with the colors in this game, like that barn house in Moo Moo Meadows. It's one of the main reasons I hate fucking modern Minecraft, and I always go to change the colors back to how they used to be so much more vibrant. So it's just so frustrating. Games used to be so liminal. Games used to be so liminal, guys. Oh my god, my batteries are already almost dead. What the hell? I guess our TV was too shit at the time, but I never noticed how the Retro Stages logo had like a bunch of Nintendo consoles on it. I used to think that was like a weird, fucked up Earth, I guess. This one, Twilight House, is certainly up there with Delfino Pier for me. This map is just really mysterious and weird. I loved going over here at the edge and just looking at all the creepy red trees in the background. I don't know why, but something about it just feels all nice and cozy, like it's a really elevated house in the middle of the woods. Now that I think about it, I really have no idea what this map is. I don't know why the music is so cheery. I remember it being different. I think I remember the 3DS version a lot more than this version. I also really liked the honey map I think it was honey? Like a bee-themed map in that game. Okay, so there's really not much to say other than this area was just really cool. You definitely get the vibes just looking over the edge. Chat. Who's trying to hit a blinker here? Alright, next up I want to talk about a normal track, specifically Delfino Square. Definitely my favorite thing was going down here and seeing all the really cool shop signs. I don't know what the fuck it was with me and signs and shit when I was little, but with this Delfino Fruits, I really like this one specifically. I don't know why, but it made me think of a blueberry smoothie. And now I really want to go down to a local smoothie cafe and get a fucking, I forgot the name of it, put it on screen. But yes, here we have more Koopa Shop and Princess Daisy. Really awesome how you have different paths to go down. I don't know why, but this path here on the left always felt so hard for me to do when I was a kid. And it felt more mysterious and cool whenever I would pull it off. I also love just going over here. I don't know what it is about this area. There's really nothing over here. But it's just a nice little area. And of course, there's this cool little area. I used to really hate this shortcut. I didn't realize you were supposed to boost through it with mushrooms. I was just frustrated, like, why the fuck is there mud here? This was also one of my favorite areas over here. Just looking over the massive ocean. Of course, as I said, the old Wii era water, and like most Wii games, just looks so scrumptious. Another game I think of that has really cool water is definitely Wii Sports Resort. Of course, this bridge was definitely my... Well, I realized I've never gone off the beaten path over here. This is a nice little area. Wonderful. Of course, I really loved this bridge. It's just so fucking awesome to trick off that. When you have a mushroom on this area and you can just boost through this grass and just cut in front of everyone, it's an awesome feeling. Of course, I always liked it to stop and look at the people on the sidelines. I also love doing that with Luigi's Circuit because of all the funny Miis. I didn't play Mario Sunshine until much later in my life, so I thought that these Piantas were straight up just Mario Kart Wii characters, and they weren't in any other game. Of course, as you can see here, I have all the silly Miis I got from the Check Me Out channel. You can see there's always at least 2 Peter Griffins in the crowd. I think, is that fucking... I forgot who that is. I thought it was Omni-Man for a second. I think it is Omni-Man. Of course, like half of these are probably just people's OCs. And there's Hank Hill. Luigi's Circuit was always a really cool course to me. I just really liked Luigi as a kid. Oh, there's one of my OCs. That's fucking Pierre, as recreated as best to my abilities if possible. Oh, there's Angry Video Game Nerd in the background. And here's... I forgot who that is. I thought that was PBG for a second, but I don't think that's him. No, yes, that's going to be all for this video. I could go on for hours about my favorite spots in this game, but I would, of course, be here for hours. And I'd already be ripping off like the 5,000 people who've made videos on this game. I'd actually really like to do SpongeBob's Boating Bash after this one because I have similar thoughts about that game. I remember when I was doing my now deleted Kirby's Return to Dreamland series, I took a lot of times to just stop and look at the environment in that game. I even did a segment where I went into noclip.website to look at all the cool areas I could find. Actually, I could do that now with this game. Of course, here in Block Plaza, I don't know what all this is, but we can get a little bit of a better view of the statues, at least the parts of them that aren't obscured. Yes, we can also look at a lot of the other tracks. We can see the little underground area in Delfino Pier. I think there's a whole ass area down there. I didn't realize how big it was. Well, of course, we can get a better look at Twilight House. There's just, of course, it's very small when you really think about it because the skybox is so close. But it's just so weird how this random ass house is just elevated in the middle of the woods. And of course in Movement Meadows we can see, yeah, that path is just straight up floating. And it's floating all the way over here. And of course we got our 2D cow friends over here. Of course we have these really cozy barn houses, I think they are. Or that's probably where they process the milk or some shit. But yes, this is all for my little Mario Kart Wii video. I would say I hope you enjoyed, but I get like no viewers. I'm always doing this for the love of the game. So, but if someone does stumble upon it, I hope you enjoyed. Alright, that'll be all. Goodbye, everyone. See you next time. I still really have to finish all the shit I wanted to do for my birthday. Kind of a very special video I have in the works. I will get that out as soon as I can.
Peter. The horse is here.